Okay, Steven Gerrard has been announced as the Aston Villa manager, replacing Dean Smith, who was sacked a few days ago following a run of 5 league defeats in a row. Different situation from what he's walked out from at Rangers. Rangers, he's in a winning position. He's coming back fresh off the back of first title in 10 years, silverware, good run in Europe last season, to a club threatened by relegation in a relegation dogfight 6 weeks out from the opening of the January transfer window. So he's got 6 weeks to turn results around with the squad he's got, and it'll be interesting to see how much money he's given to spend in January and who he brings in. They need a creative midfielder to replace Jack Grealish. That is, I think, one massive weakness that Villa have faced this season, is they've lost their captain and their club player, so to speak, with that late summer move to Man City. I think that was one thing that was hurting Villa, was losing that key part of their team. So it will be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if also he promotes some youth players into the starting first team squad. I think that's something that he would be forced to do as well. And it'll be interesting to see if the Villa squad responds to a new fresh voice in the dressing room. Now, he comes obviously with this reputation from Scotland, but yeah, the Scottish League is less competitive. There is no disputing that on this channel. But he does come with that, successful resume, which, transferring it south of the border doesn't always work. And the gulf in class between the Scottish league system and the English league system is there. There's no denying it. It'll be also interesting to see who replaces him at Rangers, and where Rangers go, and does their form take a dip? Does their squad get pillaged by Gerrard, for example, in the January transfer window, where he might take a couple of good players from Rangers that have obviously excelled under his tactics and his style of play, and slots them into the Villa lineup. So it will be interesting to see how the players adapt to his coaching methods. He's a young, up-and-coming manager. A lot of it is expected of him. Very similar to Lampard. A lot was expected of Lampard. He kept Chelsea competitive, but he couldn't quite get them to where Tuchel has now got them. But he did sow the seeds of where Chelsea are now. It will be interesting to see, will the performances turn around? Because this, could damage his growing reputation. If he struggles at Villa, and Villa struggle to get wins, get out of trouble, does that damage his future managerial prospects further down the line? The managerial turnaround in the Premier League, 1/4 of the clubs have already changed direction by replacing the manager this season. And your average managerial term is not very long these days. Like, you might get given 18 months at a push, and if Villa get relegated, does he stick around with Villa, for example? Will they keep him on board to rebuild and then go forward, or will he lose his job? So he's staking his growing reputation on this Villa job. I am surprised he's left Rangers mid-season. It would have been a better bet to go at the end of the season if they retained the title and such. And there was some touting him as a future Liverpool manager should Jurgen Klopp decide to go enough's enough, I want a new challenge or retire. I can't see Klopp going anywhere, and I can't see the Liverpool ownership falling out with Klopp at this point. They're too competitive. They're still in the fight for trophies. Not long won the league. I can't see Liverpool changing direction for quite some time. It's Klopp's job as long as he wants it. But there are those touting Gerrard as a future Liverpool manager. He may find his success lies elsewhere, and his future lies elsewhere. It'll be very interesting to see if he does decide to eventually get into management at Liverpool, and if Liverpool approach him. But it was like Lampard at Chelsea didn't work out. So club heroes doesn't always work out and end in fairy tales. So be careful what you wish for. But it'll be interesting to see what he does at Villa, as I say. It'll be interesting to see how he adds in the January transfer market, how much of a transfer budget he's given. And it'll be also interesting to see if results improve with his appointment. And will the players buy into his style of play? And are they equipped for his style of play, considering where they are and losing Jack Grealish in the summer and not really having that same form they had last year, although towards the end of last season they did start to tail off, so maybe that fresh voice is what was needed. But I think the board and the owners need to be patient. If they are too reactionary, let's say they are struggling at the end of the season, they narrowly avoid relegation, will their patience wear thin? What if they get relegated and Gerrard can't get them out of trouble? Well, I would say it's not a bad appointment. Is he still a bit early in his managerial career? But he's got to learn somewhere. I mean, he's obviously had a good time at Rangers. Is Villa the right move for him? That's another question. Is a relegation fight what he needs this early in his managerial career? He's gone from a championship winning team to a relegation threatened team. That's an interesting career move. So obviously the Villa board and the ownership have obviously sold him on the idea that they do want to compete for trophies and they are going to give him a transfer budget to work with. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out and do results improve. But it's going to be a very interesting next couple of months for Villa. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.